I pledge to stay drug-free.
I plan to stay drug-free.
I pledge to stay drug-free.
I pledge to be drug-free.
I pledge to stay drug-free.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Expose Under the Sun, sponsored by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. My name is Darwin Griffin. I'll be your host for the next half an hour, and we are going to have a special guest that's going to be, she's been in the studio before, but I'm very honored to have her back again. And she's with the River Rouge School Board. Her name is Vicki Dobbins, and she's going to talk about an initiative that she's just got involved with not that long ago. And she's also going to talk a little bit about River Rouge, the school district out there in River Rouge. And we're going to kind of touch a little bit upon relationships. Myself and Ms. Dumas from Full and Fabulous talked a little bit about relationships last week. So we know that people cannot get enough advice or not get enough information about relationships, how to start one, how to keep it, and how to cultivate that relationship. So we want to make sure that everybody gets along with everybody. But if you'd like to join in on the conversation, you have a comment, or you'd like to go and you have a question for either myself or for my guest, you can call in, and our call-in numbers are area code 313-868-0342, 313-868-0351, or 313-868-4336. And our website is www.tv33whpr.com. And you are watching from the awesome city under the auspices of the mayor, Hubert Yap, in Highland Park, Michigan. And we can also be seen on Roku, Amazon, and other media streams as well. So also too, I'd advise you, make sure that you are friends with RJ Watkins so you can get a chance to watch us on the Facebook watch party that WHPR has as well. So just want to thank RJ and also Henry Tyler for allowing us to spend this half an hour with you, and our engineer, Tim Smith, as well. Just wanted to say that this has been a real interesting month. You know, a lot of people don't really realize that this is Black History Month, and they celebrate it every year in February. But the thing is that Black history should be taught and should be educated to all of us every day of the year, because there's a lot of things that's going on. And the other thing that I just want to say real quick before I bring my guest on is that make certain too that you are registered with your respective parties so that you can vote. We know that there's a presidential primary that's coming up in March, on March the 10th. So we want to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to have their voices counted. And lastly, just want to make certain, if anything, November is important. Make sure that you go out to vote and make sure that you are counted in the census. And that's imperative. The census, there's also the redistricting, and also for the presidential, and also some local elections is going on as well too. So with all that said, I definitely want to go, and I want to thank my guest for being here today, Ms. Vicki Dobbins, and she's going to talk a little bit about the Idlewilders, River Rouge High School and School District, and we're going to touch a little bit about relationships. So Vicki, I am very pleased to have you on the show today.
Well, thank you so much, Darwin.
And I'm so happy to be here with you again today.
Good.
And we do have lots to talk about. I do want to talk about my school. I do want to talk about voting. And I do want to talk about my favorite subject, the Idlewilders.
Okay, well, let's get kind of like in that order. So talk a little bit first. You're on the school board with River Rouge.
Yes.
Tell a little bit about what are some of the things that's going on in River Rouge School District.
Oh, we have an awesome program going on in River Rouge. You know, we just won the football state championship for River Rouge.
Congratulations.
For Michigan. Yes.
Congratulations.
On next February the 25th at 6 o'clock, we will have a ring ceremony where all the young men will receive a football ring, and also the school board members will get a ring. So I'm really excited about that. I invite people to come out and be a part of our ring ceremony. It's going to be awesome. Excuse me. Also, our school board is doing well. Mm-hmm. We are bringing in brand new computers into our middle school. We will have about 25 to 30 brand new Apple computers to come in so that our young people can learn computer knowledge from the 6th, 7th, 8th grade. That's our middle school. And so that they will be on top of how to use their computer. And they're going to do that, as young people. That's what we want them to do. We need to educate our children, and we want to start early.
Okay, good. And we definitely hope that everybody gets a chance to come out to that ring ceremony.
Yes.
And so we'll have to have you come back on the show again to show your
new
ring off.
It's going to be wonderful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I do have a picture of it, but, here I won't be able to show it. But in another couple of weeks, I'll be wearing it, so yes.
Okay, well, we'll see you with that ring and
yes.
and get an opportunity to talk about that ring that you got on your finger there.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell a little bit about the Idlewilders.
So, oh my God, I love the Idlewilders. I've been here before. I told you about Idlewilders, the resort area that we have up in Baldwin, Michigan. Idlewild sits in the middle of Baldwin. It's a resort area for African Americans, which was given to us in the 20s and 30s, so that we would have a resort area to go to do boating, roller skating, picnicking, whatever you want to do, you can do it in Idlewild. So things have changed. The original Idlewilders have passed on. Mm-hmm. They left their property to children. Sometimes the children don't want your property. And so it kind of slowed up a little bit. We're trying to bring that back. We want people to pay attention to their heritage.
Okay.
That's a place that you can go and have so much fun. It's just, there is no party like an Idlewild party. And that's what you will know when you get there. Now, on this past February the 14th, we had a red party for the Idlewilders. It was sponsored by and given by the Detroit Idlewilders chapter. We had over 250 people at the TULC. It was the most beautiful thing you ever want to see. Now, see, that just goes to show that we can come together. African Americans came together and we made such beautiful music. We sang, we danced, we gave out prizes, best dressed prizes. It was beautiful. And so I just want everyone to know that the next party that we have, guess what? Get ready. Because, for $15, you can't beat the fun that we had. It was awesome.
So you would really be missing out if you don't come to the Idlewild party.
You will be missing out if you miss the Idlewild party. I like to tell you that Marcia Garrett is our president. We have financial secretaries and treasurers. We have our vice president as Miss Jerry Lynn Fender Williams. and we have 22 members of our chapter.
So if somebody is interested in being a part of the Idlewilders, is there a contact number or is there a website that they can go on?
Right now, I'd like for you to Facebook me, Vicki Dobbins, on my Facebook page, and I will make sure that you get all the information that you need. Yes.
Okay, good. So what really makes an Idlewater party an Idlewater party? That's something that
the
people are not gonna
music,
forget.
the music, the dancing, the food, the venue where we are now. Let me say this: we've had several parties right here in Detroit, but there are several parties given in Idlewild.
Okay.
And I can hardly wait. Now, the week of the Jazz Festival, remember this, the week of the Jazz Festival, which is August, the first or second week of August, is when the Idlewilders will have their big party at their townhouse. And that's when you're really going to have fun. We serve food. All the drinks that you want is free. All the dancing, we play cards, we play checkers. Everything is free. It starts in the morning at 7 o'clock. We serve breakfast. And then we have free time. And then we come back for dinner at about 4 o'clock. And we party till 2 o'clock in the morning. So, we actually have a great time all day.
So if you want to either run a Boston or get a Boston ran on you, you can come up there and play cards.
You can come up there and play cards. And we have, I can't even tell you how many tables they have set up for cards. For people who really, and we have a lot of card players. We got chess players. We have checkered players. So any game that you want to play, we have that there too. We take pictures and we post the pictures in our clubhouse. Okay, so it's just an awesome weekend when you come. Now that I said weekend, that's because I go on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but it's for the whole week. Idlewild week is a whole week. Jazz week, blues week. They have a gospel week. So there's several weeks in there that you can go to Idlewild and have a great time.
Okay. Now, is that something that if somebody wants to get more information, they can contact you?
Yes.
And you can give them that information
Absolutely.
about the different weeks?
Absolutely. And the reason why I can't give it to them right now is because that is set up through the Chamber of Commerce in Idlewild. Okay, so those dates haven't been set up yet. Okay. So as soon as they're set up, I'll get it to them.
That sounds like a plan.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody will be looking forward to that.
I hope so.
Okay. Now, we talked before a little bit about relationships. Let me ask you this question.
Here we go.
Tell me. Tell our listening audience, tell our viewing audience,
Okay.
what is a gentleman? What constitutes a man to be a gentleman?
Oh, my God. You know what? Now, remember, I'm giving you all of this from my own personal perspective, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a social worker, okay? So I'm out quite often. I see gentlemen, and I see those who I may not consider a gentleman. So what is a gentleman? What is it to me? This guy is a phenomenal. He's tall. He could be short. He's debonair. He's well-dressed. He is well-spoken. He treats you like a lady. He opens your door. He takes you for dinner. He knows how to treat you all the time. Not sometimes, just all the time, okay? And that's where we get mixed up. So we'll see someone that will treat us real nice for a week or two, and we get
spoiled.
For a week or two, and then when it stops, we don't know what to say, what happened. But a gentleman is not going to let it stop. he's going to keep it going
So a gentleman's going to spoil you 24/7,
24/7.
every day of the week.
Every day of the week, and he's going to keep it going. It's not going to stop in a week or two or a month. That's who he is. He's a gentleman. His parents taught him how to be a gentleman. He's going to always be that person. Now, guess what? I'm not going to take everything away from him, because as we grow, we learn how to be a better person. A gentleman, if he wants to be a better person, he teaches himself how to be a better person.
So it's always a learning.
It's always a learning process. You can fix anything. You know, we've all made mistakes in our lives. So, but when I make a mistake, I go home and I say, now, wait a minute, I think that was a mistake. I need to learn how to fix that and do it again, okay? So, yeah, a gentleman, he's an awesome person. Anybody that's got a gentleman can tell you that he's a phenomenal. He does things that ordinary guys just don't do.
Now, what is a gentleman's relationship with God?
With God?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. You know, a gentleman who worships God, he has no problem about praying on his knees, asking God to forgive him for any discretions that maybe he has done that day. He is on his knees. He's praying with you. He's praying for his family. He has no problem about going to church and throwing his hands up. Okay? There's no shame. He wants everybody to know that he loves the Lord. Okay? And he knows that without God, he can't be who he is. So he puts God first. So before anything else, because he knows without the Lord, nothing else is going to work. So, I mean, do you get up and go to work without praying first that you get to work on time, you get there in one piece? So there's a lot that goes into, you got to worship the Lord. You have to give honor to the person who's got you here.
Correct. Because
Yes.
if you don't give honor and praise to God for waking you up, for putting that breath of life in you.
Yeah, you missed the whole key to life, okay, and to your life, and to what you want to show everybody else, And when a person has God in his life, you can see it. You can see it in his face.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it you can hear it in his tone, in his voice. You can just see the way that he walks to know that there's something very proud about that guy.
To make him be a godly gentleman.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, what are some of the non-negotiables that come into a relationship?
So, for me, we have a lot of problems with relationships because we have other people in the relationship. If a guy is married, let me tell you something, I respect his wife first. And if you approach me and you know that you're married, guess what? As a woman, being respectful to another woman, I have to turn you down. I have to say, you know what? I respect your wife more than that. I respect your family and your children, your mom more than that. If you're married, are you going to take me and introduce me to your mother? I don't think so. So I have to respect not only you, but your family and everything, and myself. I give myself more credit than that. That's one thing, marriage.
So if a person's married, that's a non-negotiable.
Yeah,
Okay.
for me. I came up in a house with a dad who was a heavy drinker. I'm telling you, I really don't want to be around a guy who drinks a lot, okay? Nothing wrong with going out and having a drink, having a beer, and that. But when you overdo the drinking, that's non-negotiable for me. I'm not really, gonna.
You're not going to change.
I can't
what
change.
You feel.
I can't change you. I can't change you, but I don't have to go along with your heavy drinking.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So-
So what is another non-negotiable to you? What if he?
Are
what
you
if-
a fighter? Are you a fighter? Are you timely? Do you want to do things on a timely manner? If we're in a relationship, what else do we do besides sit at home and watch television? I am a person, I like to go out, I like to do things, I like to dance, we like to travel, we like to go to church, don't get me wrong on that, but there's other things in life that we can do besides just stay at home. Life is so beautiful, and it's what you make it. And if you make it dull and dreary, that's what it's going to be.
But so now when we talk about the non-negotiables, let's say, for example, you like love stories, he likes horror movies. Is that a non-negotiable?
It's not a non-negotiable, because guess what? We're going to come to a happy medium. I'm going to watch a scary movie every now and then, and you might watch a love story,
So there's compromise.
So it's compromise, yeah.
Okay.
And another thing about your relationship, you have to compromise. There's no such thing as everything is one-sided. We have to come to a happy medium if you want this relationship to work.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, we talked before the show a little bit about some people put their mates through tests. They test them. What kind of elaborate more about when we talk about putting a mate through a test? Like
So first of all, I don't like tests.
okay.
I don't think you have to test a person. If you have a good relationship, when you sit down and laugh and talk with your person, you find out right then what they like and what they don't like. So if you know that I don't like a thing, now you're going to test me on that? I don't like that. I'm not going to test you on it. I don't have to. You already told me what you want. You already told me what you like. And so I don't think that we should put our partners through tests. We don't have to do that.
Because some people, I think I've heard that people test somebody by testing to see if they're jealous. And
No.
they may go and try and put
Make them jealous.
Exactly.
No, I'm not going to make you jealous. And I don't want you to make me jealous. So you spoke to a lady. Okay. Did that make me jealous? No. Now, if you leave with that lady, I might be a little jealous. But and you don't have to leave with her to put me through a test to see what I would do. Okay. That is uncomfortable, and it might turn our relationship around to something that you really didn't want. Don't test people. It's not good. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, because sometimes it can be a little bit, like you said, it can lead to some
Uncomfortable.
deleterious
Yeah, it's
complications afterwards.
Exactly.
Now, the other thing too is that it's, let's say, for example, if you're in a relationship and you and your spouse divorce, is there a window of time that you would take after the breakup or the divorce to start dating again?
I think that depends on the person. Some people can start dating right away. I don't think that's a good way. I don't think that would be good because you still got a little baggage going on there, okay? And so you really need to give yourself a little break. Go out, enjoy yourself without anybody. And then when you decide that it's time to bring someone else into your life, then you can do it. But I think we all need to take a little break, especially when you have a relationship that you've been in for quite a while. You need to break.
So you think that afterwards, then a person's heart that may have been broken during that relationship
Yeah.
may need some time to heal.
That's right.
Because one of the things that it seems like people don't do is they don't really go and find love for themselves. They're so busy where they're in a relationship, they've loved somebody else and given their all to somebody else. Now they need to take some me time.
Yeah, because see, if you love somebody like that, you're not going to love the next person like that. You know, you might like them, you know, but then you might misuse them too. So I would think in order to, if you break up with someone, give yourself a little space in between, time to think about what you want to do. You might want to do something different with your next partner. You need to take some time out to think about it.
Okay. And so just one last little, what advice would you give to ladies, well, speaking on behalf of ladies, what would you give to ladies? What advice would you give them?
So for me, I would say, give a gentleman a time to know you, to take you out, to show you who he is. Before you get so wrapped up into him, because we need, there's a period of getting acquainted. So my thing is, you've gone to the ultimate point with him and you don't even know him. So if something happens, say a baby is conceived, you don't know the guy really that well. He doesn't know you that well. So when you say, okay, we're having a baby, he's totally thrown off with that. I only went out with you 2 times. I only went out with you 3 times. How are you having a baby? So we need to think about things like that, ladies. Let's don't just go into it too fast. Take your time and get to know the guy. Let him get to know you. And then if come to an agreement together, the both of you, this is what we want. See, there's too many women saying, okay, this is what I want. Too many men saying, this is what I want. But neither one of you have agreed on this.
So that's where a compromise comes in.
Yes, that's where the compromise comes in. So now you have maybe a lasting relationship because we both understand where we are and what we're doing.
Okay. All right. Well, then we're going to have you back on again because I think that this half an hour went by so fast.
Oh, it did.
And you seem like you revved up to get ready to start. And like, Darwin, give me some more questions about relationship because there's more information that you'd like to impart.
Well, there's a lot out there because, I've seen a lot of relationships. I've gone to a lot of places and I've watched people. I've go out for dinner and they don't talk.
Okay. Well, that's one of the biggest things, too, because we're about to wrap up, but communication is important.
Communication is the most important, yes.
Okay. Well, Vicki Dobbins, River Rouge School Board, Ida Walters.
Yes.
And also now going to be the new relationship
person
person now. So, Vicki, I want to thank you for coming on the show today. We'll have to have you come back again. Definitely
Thank
show
you
that
so
ring
much for
off
having
again,
me.
too. But if you are interested and you would like to go and get a copy of the Detroit Native Sun newspaper, you can contact Ms. Valerie Lockhart, and you can contact her at area code 313-457-5944. Again, that's 313-457-5944 to advertise in the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. And I do want to thank Ms. Dobbins for coming on the show today, and we look forward to having you come back again, and we want to see you again, same time, same station. Peace. Have a great, great, great rest of the afternoon.